Okay, so before we start today's episode of Datu's Corner, let me just give you a quick bit about my background that's not public. So I came up in what I consider the crossover era, the tail end of old school, just prior to the beginning of the new school mentality. So what was that break? Karate Kid, the first one with Ralph Macchio. That's when things started changing because a lot of kids started getting involved, so they had to have a new era, a new mentality, the new school. And it kept evolving from that point. So having come up there, I think I've got the best of both worlds. Now, today's topic, which ties into this, is rank versus seniority. So my particular situation, I'll use this as an example, a lot of people, they think because you started before someone, it makes you senior, which it does, but that seniority supersedes knowledge, ability. So modern Arnis is normally taught as the art within your art. So my first seminar with Professor Presas, I tested for my yellow belt afterwards. So we had the seminar, 30, 40 people. Everybody stayed for the test. So who's the testing board? Every modern Arnis black belt from Buffalo and the Grandmaster. No pressure whatsoever there. So I do the test. I get visibility. And I would visit all these other schools because I liked martial arts and I thought we were a family. So I would go from school to school, hang out with them, do some training, see their primary art because, once again, it was the art within your art. So karate, taekwondo, kempo, fill in the blanks. I'd still stay training at the school I was part of, and I continued from there. Now what started happening was since I focused on modern Arnis as the primary system, I started passing people in rank. Because they would train maybe an hour or two a week when I was doing 2 to 3 hours per day with supervision from my initial instructor and then eventually on my own in the modern Arnis. So you have someone who's doing their primary system still and then just dabbling with Arnis on the side. Now, there are so many lessons that these pioneers could teach me, and I have an individual Master Hiroki Kimura teaching out of my school who I used to go to his equipment shop all the time and I'd hang on every single word he told me. And everybody in Buffalo knew him. He's probably the most respected martial artist in the area. Currently he's teaching out of my school. And he looks to me as the mentor because when it comes to the business aspect of things, I am more experienced than he is there. Yet he's been doing martial arts before I was even born. So in our modern Arnis, like I said, there's a lot of people that started before me, yet I'm the one that's higher ranked. Well, why is that? Because I specialized in the art. But this doesn't take away from those guys, because if it wasn't for them, modern Arnis may have never even gotten to me. So I will always look to them as my seniors. But this doesn't necessarily mean that they're a more qualified source for the art. I think just because someone's older doesn't mean that they're better. Because it came over via the military a lot of times, martial arts in general, you have that, I've been in the military longer, so that makes me my senior, makes you my junior. Doesn't mean that the person knows better. As we know, we've seen in the workplace, people go up faster because they put more effort, they're more talented, more knowledge, better training, better work ethic, And I think that happens in the martial arts too. If you have a student that's in your club 2 days a week, versus a student that's in there 6 days a week, which one's going to log in more hours and get better faster? But you have someone that started 10 years before, there's a lot of life lessons in martial arts that they can offer that junior person. So I don't want to sit there and say one is better than the other. They both bring something to the table. But I don't think that just because I'm older than people and doing martial arts longer than people makes it that I know more than they do. I'm thinking that numerical rank is by learning the system, and somebody can be ranked higher with less time because they've put more time into it, more mat time, which isn't necessarily years of experience. Now I know this is going to be controversial. I'm not looking forward to all the emails that I'm going to get, but so be it. Some things, the thing about Datu's Corner is that the Datu, that's me, just needs to say some things. Get it off my chest and just give my opinion. I'm looking forward for intelligent debate. Now, if anyone else has any ideas for future episodes, feel free to email me. The best one to get a hold of me is datutim@gmail.com. DATU Tim, Tim, @gmail.com. I look forward to the next episode.